All right, my friend.
Wonderful. So what you have experienced, me and my team, over the last 2.5 days or so is just 2.5, 3 days of our entire year. The rest of the year is thousands of email conversations and phone calls with you guys and just catching up on the projects you're working on and the things you're excited about. And in an effort to get better and more data on all of the amazing things you guys are doing, I started a new webinar series called the Abundance Impact Webinar. And basically, I bring together 3 to 4 members of Abundance 360 and also Abundance Digital simply to storytell. And there was a story that I heard almost a year ago that brought me to tears as a woman leader and made me feel how privileged I am to be here. And I'll just spoil one line that sold the deal for me. The man you're about to meet, he said, 400 girls in India will eat and have one meal for 6 of 7 days in their week because I met my co-founders at Abundance 360. And with that, I'd love to introduce you to Ambuj Jain, founder of Feed a Billion, and Peleg Chevian of Blendhub.
Thank you, sir.
Hey.
Good morning.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Cheers. Ambuj.
How many of us have, oh, thank you. How many of us have daughters in this room? Almost 90%. 60% of our daughters, what would happen if 60% of our daughters are trafficked by the age of 14 or 15?
Showing the video.
Right? And it is the fastest growing segment of humans that are being trafficked. And one of the leading causes of that is lack of consistent supply of food. We don't connect lack of food to trafficking, right? So I want to show you a video really quick.
One of the first things that I noticed here when I moved to Jharkhand was that when I would walk through a village, I would always see boys playing and girls working. Where we are right now is one of the toughest places in the world to be a girl. 6 out of 10 girls here drop out of school and become child brides. Thousands of girls are trafficked from this state every year to go work as domestic labor in the big cities of India. My name is Franz Gastler. I'm one of the co-founders of Yuca. I've been living here in rural Jharkhand, India since 2009, and we're using football to try to help girls transform their lives. For a long time, we've been wanting to get into nutrition, but we didn't really know how. And now, for the first time ever, we're really getting the chance to offer a complete meal to girls really quickly on the football field. Some people have asked me why nutrition powder and why not actual food. In the past, we have tried giving food, and during that experiment, there were cases where we were giving a meal and then parents said, oh, if a girl's getting a meal somewhere else, then we're going to subtract a meal. We're not cooks, we're educators, and we don't have 20 cooks out on 20 football fields, but what we can do is deliver meal shakes really quickly. The young people who are coaching are able to bring those straight to the field, and they stay fresh for a long time. So for us, it's a powerful and easy way of delivering nutrition fast. So if you want to make a big impact, this is a great place to start.
I'm going to try not to cry. So imagine that 60% of these kids get trafficked. And it's happening not just in India, it's happening in communities all over the world. So what if we want to do something about it and not have silos? There are NGOs that focus on hunger. There are NGOs that focus on trafficking. There are private companies that are engaged. What if we do what Professor Hawkins is talking about? What if we connect? Not, this is what I want from you. I want to hear from you, what do you want? I don't have to fix everything. I just have to find people that know how to fix it. That's what we have done. So my MTP is to feed 1 billion. And I didn't want to be scared. I was very scared. So I put the name, Feed 1 Billion. There is no confusion. This is not feed 1 million. This is not feed 10 million. This is feed a fucking billion. Right? So how are we going to do it? We in this room have the network, we have the wealth, we have the technologies. Here's the issue. We can talk about VR, AR, all of that stuff. We cannot dematerialize this. I wish I could dematerialize food and not be fat. But we have to eat. People have to eat. And it's not just food, we have to provide nutrition. And that's where BlendHub is a company that Peleg is the president of, and the founder, Henrik, who is online. Hey, Henrik. I met these guys last year here. So some of you are new members. I encourage you to meet each other, connect. Because you never know what can happen when you connect. And the last piece is grit, as Peter talks about. It takes constant, unstoppable perseverance to keep going. But you can't do it if you're not clear about why you're doing it. You see what I'm saying? Right? So I want to introduce Peleg about what they're doing and why we came together.
So how do you feed 1 billion? You need a platform that actually is able to feed billions. So you take exponential technologies that we've all heard about. You take the 6 Ds. You take Industry 4.0. You put that all together. You take 20 years. You put a founder, a visionary founder like Henrik, and you build a platform. And to make food available to more people in more places. This is the mission statement of BlendHub. You need to make food safer, faster, and cheaper. I loved Neil yesterday saying, you know, when your burglar will come in and he will get photographed before he even walks in the door. Well, if food prices were here, nobody would ask, how do we feed 1 billion people? Right? So how do you do that? Well, step 1, you take a 3-story building of a food factory and you turn it into a 40-foot container that you see right there. Step 2, you load that up with all these technologies to make it safe, connected, IoT, even virtual reality we have for training our people. You take those 2 components. Step 3, you deploy a global network of these hubs. You move fast. You put the food production close to the consumer, close to the raw materials. You lower the price down. We're able to feed these girls for less than 50 cents. Now tell me in this room we can't feed quite a few of them. We like to talk about Shenzhen, just do it. You heard it in a video, just do it. So I'd like to come back here a year from now and say we fed 1 million meals, but that's too low. I actually want to leave here today with 1 million meals secured by this group and the ones online too. And come back here a year from now and say, we fed 10 million, 100 million, 1 billion. This platform can feed billions. We can do any recipe, any brand, anywhere in the world.
Thanks. And have the exponential impact, right? So here's what we are doing. So what we did was, there was a company that we partnered with to do the meals in India. And then, because of the recipes and everything these guys have, they're geniuses. So we have actually come up with this fab meal. It's really, really amazing. I can drink it. Right? So the model that we are creating is like the Tom's shoe model. And I'm calling it BOFO, buy one, feed one. And there is enough economics in the transaction that if you help us with the distribution of the for-profit side, we can compensate you 60 cents on the meal, because the going retail price of a meal is, it's 100% of nutrition the body needs. So 60 cents of the transaction of the $3 goes to the distribution partner, and because we are a nonprofit and we are doing it with integration of profit, we generate a free meal in the process. So, you know, simply being a nonprofit and constantly asking for money is not enough, although I would love to have your money, by the way. Right? So this is something that we are in the process of launching. We have done the formulation. It came together very quickly, and we will now go through some of the approvals. So that is one thing. And I just want to invite you to connect with us, buy the products, distribute the products, donate, invest, and do something. How many of you want to stop what is going on? How many of you? How many of you? Great, let's do this together. And I am going to cry because Peter just told me.
Well, let me just ask you the question here. How much does it cost to feed a child?
Including food, logistics, everything is 50 cents.
And you fed this past year how many?
So we have launched the program for, so we have funded it for 6 months, and I'm going to fund it for another 6 months. So, and we can expand. We can do it for other children.
To do that, you said, how much does it cost to feed those?
50,000 is for the whole year.
And so what I said is, I personally and with A3, my team would like to double that and match your 50K, so we can begin an exponential here.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I just think it's important for us to give back and to do these things. At the back of the room, there are these shirts, and it says on it, you can tap a QR code to donate. I welcome you all to come in for $100 or match at 50K or go higher, whatever you want. But it would be wonderful if this actually touched lives, because at the end of the day, it's precious. And thank you for what you're doing.
This is yours.
Thank you, pal.
So we have, thank you. We have these T-shirts in the back as you leave, right outside. And we also have these shaker bottles right here with the logo. So please take. Don't feel guilty. You can take it. It's okay. I've paid for them already. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's go. Thank you. Thank you.
So, wow. I mean, it's so easy to sit here and talk about technology and to talk about theoretical stuff, but when you see true hardship and extreme poverty, to sit there and do nothing for me is criminal. And so I'm proud and thankful that this community can do something there. All right.